The Render Podcast. We're so excited for an episode today all about gratefulness and gratitude. In fact, it's one of our core values. It's what makes up our team and really kind of unifies us all together. Something that we actually do every Monday in our team meetings is that we go around, everyone who's in the team meeting, we talk about what we're grateful for, and then something that we celebrate here at work in each of our positions. And so today we're going to be focusing more on the gratitude part of that. And so we're each going to share a little bit about what we're grateful for, but then also go into an Instagram challenge that we have going on right now, which we're going to talk to you about in just a minute. But we're going to just kind of get started with gratefulness and what that means to us as a company. And we've got a few different points of who we're grateful for, what we're grateful for. So listen in to today's episode. We're excited to get started. I'll go ahead and start out that I am super grateful for the people in my life. So that is my work family here. That's my kids, that's my family, my parents, my brothers, everyone in my life that I'm just super grateful for. We all go through seasons of really tough things and really joyful things, and having your community around you is one of the best parts of life and best parts of just going through our daily routines and our ups and downs and highs and lows of life. And so I am especially grateful for the people in my life, these two ladies here, and everyone else on our team as well, and my family. So
that's awesome. I'm going to go. I announced this on the podcast a couple episodes ago, but my husband and I are growing our family. And so we have a baby boy coming in February. Yay. So really grateful for that.
Have another Render baby.
Yeah, Render baby. Got to get a onesie for him.
Yes.
But I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful kind of to piggyback off of yours, just the people and my family and just getting to, I feel like Thanksgiving is such a reminder of the people in your life and just how much those people mean and getting to celebrate with them. And so that's what I'm grateful for.
I love that. We're all kind of grateful for similar things this week. So I am also super grateful for Cam and for Kaylee and for the rest of our team for just everything they have taught me. Small announcement. I am actually going to another company here next month. It's really close to my house, which I'm excited about, but I'm really sad to be leaving these wonderful ladies. So to all our podcast listeners and podcast community, I'll miss you guys. I won't be editing the podcast anymore, but I wanted to just share all of that with you. But yeah, I'm just really grateful for everything I've learned, all of the knowledge that I've learned just from podcasting and all the education stuff. And Kaylee's taught me a lot about design and communication, and it's just been a really great year with you guys.
We love you.
I love you guys too.
We're excited for you.
So. Yes, and we're excited about the opportunity that you have. It's an exciting opportunity. This is not a horrible thing that's happening. It's bittersweet because we'll miss Brooke, of course, but we're excited about the opportunity that you have.
Thank y'all.
Yes.
So this week you may have seen on our Instagram that we kind of kicked off a little challenge, a gratitude challenge. And like Kim said earlier, gratitude is very important to our team culture, our company, our brand. And so we wanted to loop in our community online to kind of get you guys into kind of what we're doing. And a lot of people are already like practicing gratitude. And so this might be a very seamless challenge for you. But we have obviously had a couple days already that you can go back and kind of read up on and look at. But we wanted to dive deeper in the podcast of the things that we've mentioned on our Instagram, but also just things that there are 7 things that we're grateful for. Obviously, there are so many more things than the 7 that we're going to touch on, and we could spend hours and days on each topic, but we're going to kind of just touch base on a few of these, and we hope that maybe just by listening to some of these things that we're grateful for, that it sparks gratitude in you, and then also maybe even helps your business kind of grow as you're looking at growing your business or celebrating with your team. So Brooke, why don't you kick it off with number 1?
All right, so number 1, it's actually perfect timing since tomorrow's Thanksgiving. It is work-life balance. We strongly believe in work-life balance at Render, and it has been something that I've been so grateful to experience because I feel like that's rare. It's rare to find a job where you feel like you really get that work-life balance, and it's hard to find. And whenever you do find the rhythm of being able to just work really hard when you're at work and living life on the weekends, like just soak it in, because it's hard to find that. And this past weekend, we actually attended a conference called Create and Cultivate. You've probably heard of it. And it was all about women and wealth. And one of the things that they talked a lot about was net worth and self-worth are unrelated. And I thought that kind of went hand in hand with just like your work and your life. Your work does not define who you are. Like, what defines who you are is how you are as a person. And so that was just one thing I've been thinking about all weekend, is that no matter what you do, even if you love your job, your life is really important, and the people that you spend your time with is really important. So that's what I think about that. I think work-life balance is great, and we're really, really grateful that we are able to implement that here.
And if you own your own business and you've decided that maybe you're going to work tomorrow or you're going to work Friday, this is
Don't.
your pass to
Yeah.
not work tomorrow or Friday. Take the days off, celebrate with your family. Like, there you go.
Yes.
This is your pass. I'm writing it for you.
Yeah. Before I was really intentional about work-life balance, Thanksgiving, I would check my email, and if someone emailed, I'd respond to it and do all the things that I would normally do on a daily basis, because it's just kind of a day during the week. It's not like it falls on a weekend or a time that you wouldn't be working. And so it's super easy to grab your phone out, check your email, post on social media for the business. By the way, you can do that through Planoly, and you don't actually have to do that tomorrow.
Auto schedule everything.
Yes. Yeah. And then if you do have something that is necessary to send out on email, you can auto schedule that as well.
Yeah.
So take a break. Don't do what I did, which was work literally 24/7.
Yeah.
You need a break.
Yeah, you got to fight for this one for sure. I mean, this is something that we've fought for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're finally seeing the fruits of it.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah. You will thank yourself later.
Yes.
Go do something. If you've
Your
listened
team,
to
your team will thank you.
Yes. If you've listened to the podcast before, I talk about a joy list, something that brings you joy. So if you don't have somewhere to celebrate tomorrow, celebrate yourself and spend some time with yourself, doing something that you really love. So on a normal day that you would be working, take the day off.
Don't
work. Okay, so our second one that we have posted about is our community and how grateful we are for you. Literally you listening to this, watching this, wherever you are listening to this, we are grateful for you. We're grateful for our students, our clients, the people who do business with us on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis. We're just super grateful for you trusting us as a company to lead you in the direction of your events or your floral or your custom projects or the education that you hear or the podcast that you're listening to. However you participate in our business, whether that is here listening or doing business with us as an event client, we're super grateful for you.
We literally could not do this without you.
We could, then we wouldn't have a business. I mean, we would just be hanging out doing our thing.
Yeah.
But we're super grateful for you. And so we want you to know that from the bottom of our hearts. It's more than us just saying it. We actually feel it.
Mm-hmm.
We actually talk about, hey, how can we do better by our students and by our clients? And we truly believe that. And so we are super grateful for just our community on the outside looking in.
Yeah. And while we talk about community, the third thing that we're grateful for is the fact that, one, our clients allow us to do the things that we get to do. But two, I mean, this is something that I just could talk about forever, but it's probably my favorite thing that I get to do at Render is just to get to partner with our clients, especially our event clients, but get to partner with our clients to create meaningful experiences. When you step back and you look at, a lot of people look at our business and they're like, oh, they do rentals, they, design pretty events, or they do floral and all this stuff. Yes, that is like the tangible thing that we produce and that shows up. But really what we're doing is we're partnering with our clients to create these environments where people feel seen, feel heard, feel valued, get to connect with other people. It all ties back to our core values. And it kind of gives me chills because it takes our services and it takes our jobs to a whole nother meaning of like, we're actually really making a difference. And it took me a little bit to kind of get to that place where that was the realization that I had. But once that connected with me and that our clients were starting to say like, you really transformed what we were working with here. I mean, that is, there's so much meaning there, and it's really beautiful. And so if you're in a similar business to us, that's what you're doing too. And what you're doing is valuable, and what you're doing is meaningful. And even if you're a planner or event designer, that's what you're doing. And so I could seriously talk about this all day. I'm not going to, but it is a beautiful thing that we get to do, and it is because of our clients that we get to do that.
Yeah. It goes beyond just quoting them something and showing up and doing your job. It really is, again, deeply caring about the people that we get to work with.
Yeah,
which is just exciting. We are on our 4th day. We have talked about supporting our team, or the people that are supporting our team. So obviously you see us and we're here and we're doing our jobs and making this company run, but there is a whole nother level of the people that are still within this team. And it's the spouses, the partners, the kids, the parents, the friendships outside of this business that really support our team here in what we do. There is a lot of times as a single mom, I have to rely on my parents to help me out with my kids because I need to be doing something for work. And it's extremely helpful. And that's a part of our business. We've had spouses work for us in the past.
Every single one of our husbands has done a delivery or installation or something like that.
Yeah, and even siblings as well. Yep. My brothers have definitely jumped on.
My
brother-in-law has jumped on.
My father-in-law,
cousins, father-in-laws, parents. I think some of our guys in the warehouse are cousins to people who work here.
Oh my gosh, actually a story. I remember when I very first started, it was right around Christmas last year, and I came to the Christmas party and there were so many people here, and I was like, I literally don't know who any of these people are. I thought we only had a team of like 4 or 5, but it was the delivery crew and then their extended family. And that's one thing I really loved whenever I started, was that the Christmas party wasn't just for employees, it was for everyone.
Right.
Because they have had their hand in this somehow, some way.
Yeah.
Right. But yes, Kaylee's brother-in-law was there. Your dad was there. Everyone was there. And it was just a big family fest.
Yes. Well, it's true. I mean, those people support us. And even if they haven't actually physically worked for us, they hear about the stories and they hear about the struggles and they hear about the joys that we have here as well. I'll bring my kids up here every once in a while, and Brody likes to go grab a broom. I don't know if he still does. I don't think he does anymore, but he typically will come up here and grab a broom and say, Mommy, I want to just sweep your floors. I'm like, you should. Please go ahead. Or my daughter will come and try to, maybe make her own quotes by coloring on our papers here. Hey, it's great. It's a little joy. And so
my dad jokes about, he's like, I deserve a commission because my dad has literally has gotten 5 of our team members like on staff here.
Oh my gosh.
So he's
your dad hasn't worked for us, but he certainly has recruited for us.
Yes,
for sure.
And he constantly is like, where's that equity or that loyalty that I'm waiting on?
Yes.
He's joking, of course, but yes, my parents are for sure big Render fan. It's so funny. Your mom literally comments and likes every single story.
She does the heart
She does the heart for everything. It's probably my favorite thing. When I see her come through, I'm like, oh, there's Gina.
Right.
Shout out, Mom, if you're listening to this.
So it goes beyond our people that are physically working here. It's our families and our teams. And I know her best friend's name, and I know her best friend's name, and there's so many other people that are a part of this business that aren't just on our payroll or on our about section of our website. And so we are truly grateful for every single person that supports the people on our team and also may happen to be on our payroll as well. So
one time or the other.
Yes. So we are grateful for you. Thanks for being a part of our team.
Yeah. Another one
extension of our team
that kind of like loops in those people is our local community. So we talked about our community as far as our students and our clients, but our local community here in Dallas is also a huge part of the success of our business and just kind of what keeps us going. Like we have so many vendor friends that literally send us business all the time, or are just cheering us on. Even if they're not sending us business, they're like liking all of our posts or commenting on our email list or saying, you know, like, hey, we're watching, like, we love what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like those partnerships, you never know where those are going to lead. And I think we have worked really hard to foster this sense of community, one within like the local Dallas event vendor community, but also in the rental community. It's something that I think a lot of people think maybe odd of like, oh, that's your competition. Like you should not be, you know, making friends with them or you shouldn't be talking to them or whatever. But what we found is that one, like those people have insight and have a shared experience that we can connect with on and kind of say like, hey, are you struggling with this too? Because there has to be a better way of doing this. Like, why don't we come together and come up with a solution?
Right.
I mean,
it's like the same language. You can talk to another
Yes.
vendor and you can be talking about delivery fees, but it means a different thing.
Yeah.
Talk about rental delivery fees versus catering delivery fees and just the things that go on beyond that. And so there's this like rental language that we speak that only other rental companies understand.
Yeah, and we hope that you guys feel that because it's something that is a big desire for us. And that's the whole reason why part of that we have this podcast is to share that insight with y'all because it's one of those things that you hear a lot of like community over competition, but a lot of people don't put that into practice or they think that they mean that and they probably really do. But then there's also this mentality of like, oh, well, I'm going to pull back. Like, I'm not really going to like.
I'm sure just enough, but not everything.
Yeah, but what we've seen is there's just been so much benefit in sharing because there truly is enough business, especially here in Dallas. There is truly enough business for every single rental company in this area. And we have a lot. And there are some that are very, very similar to us. But you know, our clients get to decide at the end of the day. That's the beauty of living in America. Like our clients get to decide who they want to work with. And there are great people behind those businesses that we fully support. And so just getting to connect with people on a local basis and getting to find other creatives who are doing similar things to us or maybe doing things a little bit differently and getting to support their business is really encouraging and I think has really skyrocketed our business for sure and has been so fun to get to just partner alongside of people and having that similar like you know what I'm talking about like you understand that's kind of rare especially in our industry.
Yeah, it's also rare that you can call up your direct competition and have a conversation with them. I remember when we launched the online course, Rental Biz Academy, almost a year and a half ago now, that one of our biggest competitors, still one of our biggest competitors today, literally called me on the phone and she was like, I am so proud of everything that you guys are doing, your company, and the things that you guys do, the things that you have, the clients that you're working with, the education that you're putting out. And she literally was calling me on the phone about it. And she is our direct competition here in the DFW Metroplex. And it is just so special because if you think of any other industry or any other type of area of business, it's rare that the owner of Walmart is going to call the owner of Target and say that I'm so proud of everything that you're doing.
Yeah.
Keep
You're
going.
Doing awesome.
Yeah, they're probably like, hey, stop doing that. You're taking away business from us. Yeah. And so it's just really cool.
They're not wrong.
I mean,
It's true.
I mean, I'm an avid Target fan for
Yeah.
sure. But
I can't tell you the last time I was in Walmart.
yes. Or like if you look at Toyota versus Honda, Toyota's not going to call up Honda and say like, hey, good job with all the car sales and the new, version of the Civic that you just did. They're not going to do that because it's their direct competition. Yeah. And so it's really cool to be in an environment where we've created a local community where people are actually cheering each other on and doing business with each other as well, which is exciting.
Yeah, for sure. So you're getting a sneak peek at these next two because these are not posted on our Instagram yet. But the next thing that we are really grateful for, and I think we talk about this pretty much all the time, and if we don't, we think it because I know that when I walk out into our warehouse or I see our floral team designing something, I'm like, what? This is amazing. The fact that we get to do what we love, that we get to work with product that is beautiful, and that I get to shop and not spend my own money and buy furniture that is like amazing that I wish that it was in my house, but our clients get to use. And like the floral product that we get brought in, of like just seeing poppies and like creation and getting to just tangibly work with things and create things constantly. I know whenever like we have an idea or something and Brooke like goes and secretly executes these projects and I get the pictures back, I'm like, what? Like how? If you have not read the Thanksgiving blog or seen those images, you do yourself a favor, pause this episode, literally go look at that blog, because
we'll link it in the show notes for you.
It is stunning. But just the fact that like that's our job, you know? And I know there's been a few times where like we've been on a photo shoot and we've been working, and like I think last year we were doing a lookbook and your sister-in-law was the model for it, and she was like, wait, this is your job? Like you get
to have fun and play with flowers and do all this? And like, yeah, I mean, there's a lot more to it than this, but yes, this is a benefit of my job for sure.
And I mean, obviously there are days when we do things that are like, okay, this was not what I wanted to be doing today, or this is business. Like there are definitely a lot of things that are business oriented that may not fit your skill set, or like just may not be the thing that
be the favorite part of your job.
But exactly. But at the end of the day, the fact that like going back to the thing I could talk about forever of just getting to create these experiences for people, like that is so cool.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
If you're in this business, again, stop and think about that. Like really, even if you're not even in a similar business to us, where I hope that you're in a job that you really love and that you are or if you're not, you're working towards a job that you really love. But getting to think about like, that's what you're doing, you know, you're doing something that you're passionate about, that you're excited about, that gets you up in the morning, and that, you know, really clearly I'm very excited about it. But
well, and the fact that you get to dream up anything you want and actually do it. Like you can dream up, hey, I want to have a podcast someday, and you could actually go do that. Like you could say, I have a podcast now. Or you could say, hey, I've got this really cool idea. It was inspired by this one image I saw, and now I've taken it and ran with it, pitch it to a client, and you can actually execute that. That's pretty cool, in my opinion. Like you can dream up anything you ever wanted for someone, and you just get the bones of what you have to work with, and then you go do it. Not a lot of people get to say that. A lot of people say that they are data analysts, or they put things into emails, or they're an admin, or they're working with operations at a C-level position, or there's so many other jobs that you don't get to just create and dream up new ideas and run with them. You are just doing the mundane thing that you always have done and you're going to keep doing. That's really cool.
Yeah. And if you are one of those people that does that and that's what you love to do, you get to do
awesome.
that.
It's super cool. There's some people that are called to that. I was not called to that, but there is a time and place for that. But expanding on that, we get to do it again. Like we just went through a really hard year where we didn't get to do that, or we had to do it on a smaller scale, or we had to cancel things, or we had to rework things because of budgets or anything like that. So we just came out of a really hard year, and really almost 2 years, year and a half. And the fact that we get to do that again, we get to do what we originally wanted to keep doing and not have a lapse in time, that's really special.
Yeah, I was listening to a news article today, and they were just talking about how, based on data and statistics and where we're at with, vaccinations and all of these treatment plans, that we are trending out of a pandemic and we're heading into an epidemic, which is something that, it's a big word. I'm not going to act like I know what it means, but essentially it just means that, it's something that we're going to be living with for the rest of our lives, like the flu or whatever, but it's not going to be at the status of like having these mandates and shutting down. And so I know from our business standpoint, we have just been overwhelmed in the best possible way of just the response of getting out of the pandemic. Like here in Dallas, we're very fortunate that people are going and getting back to connecting with people in person and having these in-person events and doing things where they're able to, really prioritize their event budgets. And so we've seen a lot of events come back, and we've had really great months the past couple of months. And so that's something that we're super grateful for and hopeful for the rest of the country, and really the rest of the world for all of our listeners. But I think that's a really good thing to be looking forward to, of, end of this year, start of next year. We're definitely seeing a lot of things come back, and that's very exciting.
Yeah, for a long time, we didn't know when it would come back. We were hopeful. And just like everyone else, we were all hopeful that we'd get to a new sense of normalcy. And the fact that we are here and we are in and transitioning back into a sense of normalcy again is just really, we're grateful. At the end of the day, we're just really grateful to even have a business to get back to a normal state. And it hurts our hearts that some people weren't able to make it through this pandemic, but we're just grateful that we were able to, and that we are seeing normal things again. I think we took it for granted. Everyone took it for granted before the pandemic happened, of that we get to go to work and we get to be with people and we get to do these things. And it's just cool to see it.
It's crazy how such a hard time like kind of makes you readjust your thinking a little bit, and like honestly does make you more grateful for just like literally having a job. It's crazy. I don't want to say the pandemic was a good thing because it was hard, but it definitely like made a lot of us shift our focus a little bit.
Made us realize things that maybe we didn't realize before.
Always good that you can find in situations that are hard. So,
yeah, definitely. Well, then our last one tomorrow that you for sure don't know about if you're listening to this when it comes out is that we are eternally grateful for our team. Every single person that puts in any work here. We are so grateful for every single person, whether they are taking out the trash or whether they're on a delivery or doing our social media or talking to our clients or doing anything on this team. We are so grateful for those people. I know that we mentioned it earlier that we're grateful for the extension of our team. And while we have extensions, those people also work on our team as well. And so anyone who has worked for us, past, present, and maybe future, maybe you're listening to this a year after we put it out, we are super grateful for every single person on this team forevermore. This would not be able to happen without our team. My team knows that I'm a big dreamer. I dream big, audacious dreams, and I work to get them all put together, whether it's now or later. Most of the times I try to get it done now. But anyways, I would not be able to do this without my team. And I'm so grateful to every single person on my team for just taking care of our clients, taking care of you, taking care of our students, taking care of our families, all the people that are here. It is a lot of people in this business, and I'm just super grateful. And I know every single person on this team is grateful for each other. We try, again, at the beginning of this episode, we talked about that we do this gratitude practice every single Monday. Every single Monday, we also cheer each other on with the wins that we are doing. We also cheer each other on with the core values. We have 6 core values. You can go to episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to listen to each of our core values. But each of our core values, we gift them to other people on our team. So it's not just me appreciating my team, it's our team members appreciating each other as well, which is really healthy. And not a lot of companies do that. And I think it's really special that we have this really sense of team. There is no I in team, and I don't think anyone on our team would ever feel like they're a sole person here doing all the things. We all pull our weight. So,
and that's something that if you have a team and you are like, man, I could do a better job. I mean, we could all do a better job of
100%
supporting our team and encouraging our team. But it's one of those things that a lot of times you're like, oh, I have my team. I can put it off of like making sure that I'm fostering relationships with my team, or like we're building in the support for our team. But it's so important to, like, these are the people that are running your business. These are the people that are like the brand ambassadors for your business. Like, they're your number one, they should be the ones that you're really thinking about and moving towards, and trying to find better ways to help them do their job, or to create fun environments for them. And so it's just something to, while you're off tomorrow, not working, just something to think about, or like maybe shoot them a text and say like, everyone on your team, that you're so grateful for them, or that there's this one thing that this one person does that I just love. Like, send that text, because you never know how much those words will mean to your team member. Like, that could be something that lasts forever for them.
Right.
So those are the 7 things that...
Well, one thing to add to that,
yes.
if you don't have a team yet and you are looking forward to having a team, planning out how you want to run your team and think about your team is really important. You might feel like you are an I in the team, and you might reality be the only person on your team. So again, go back to the earlier part of this episode. Treat yourself. Go do something for yourself. Do something for your team. But when you do have a team, please be grateful for them. Don't just treat them like a number on your team. No one likes that. No. So whether you have a team or you don't, this is for everyone to listen to.
One thing to add on that too is I feel like the best thing you can do for your team is to be prepared for them.
Mm-hmm.
And that was something I felt coming in, was like I had a whole guide for like exactly what was expected of me with my job, and it just makes you feel like you're really cared for in your position whenever that position's really thought through. So I like what you said about just like, if you don't have a team yet, you can be looking forward and be thinking and planning, and it takes a while to plan out just one position.
Takes a long time, my friends.
So while you're in the waiting season, be dreaming up like, what do you want in a team member, and listing out all of their like responsibilities and stuff. So
right. Well, and putting yourself in that other person's place, really with anything that we do. If I have a conversation with someone on my team, I will try to put myself in their position before we have that conversation so I can understand from the full perspective. And so, again, it's not just you in your business. Unless it really is, then just prepare for that. But anyways, well, we are super grateful again for this entire episode, this podcast, and you, our listeners. So do you want to remind them about our challenge?
So we would love for you to join. And I know if you haven't already joined, like you're coming in a little bit late, but you can always be grateful for you can always have 7 things that you're grateful for in one day.
Just list it all in one post.
Just get it going. But we would love for you to join us in this gratitude challenge. If you want to share on your Instagrams things that you're thankful for and grateful for, we would love it if you would tag us so that we can see what you're grateful for and that we can join you alongside of that. Again, you can go back and you can see all of the things that we're grateful for up until today and follow along with what we're grateful for tomorrow. You're getting a little sneak peek, but that's fun. But again, we cannot express how grateful we are for you and for listening. It would be silly for us to be doing this if we didn't have listeners. We'd just be talking to a screen.
Right.
And sometimes it feels that way because we're like, well, we can't interact with you.
Right.
We hope that you're there listening. So if you are listening, we would love for you to write us a review because we would love to know like what you really love to hear from us, because we want to be putting out content that makes sense for you. So leave us a review. But again, so grateful for you. We hope that you guys enjoy just gathering with others tomorrow. If you're not in a place where you can gather, we hope that you spend some time just connecting with someone, whether that's on the phone or on Instagram or whatever. But we're hoping that you have the best Thanksgiving, and we'll see you guys next week.
See you next week.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
Thanks.